Hi guys, and welcome back to another video Gaming with the Powers. I'm Jake, and today guys I'm going to be doing a solo playthrough of 51st State. Now this box is the Ultimate Edition box, but the playthrough I'm going to show you guys today is just some of the base original content. So I'm just going to be using the cards from the base game and using those variants, the original solo variants. The game does come with a extra variant, so 4 extra variants in the solo mode, and then there's actually another Borgo Autonoma variant that the game comes with as well. I'll be showcasing all of those stuff, and I will be showcasing all of the expansions that come with the game in later playthroughs. But for today, guys, we're just going to be looking at the standard base 51st State game, how it plays, and just the standard variant. All right, let's go ahead and jump to the table where I got everything set up, ready to play. All right, guys, so we got everything set up here for a solo playthrough of 51st State. Again, guys, the game does come with a solitaire variant sheet with 4 extra variants, and then in the rulebook is another Borgo Autonoma variant. Today, we're just going to be playing the base solo game. So the faction I'm choosing today, guys, is going to be the Texas faction, you know, because we're here in Texas and we like all things Texas. And so this is actually, I believe they said this came with the Master promo set. Like the original 51st State Master set, the Texas faction was in there. But you're going to go ahead and grab your faction. You're going to grab all your nice little pieces. You're going to get the score track, and you're going to get the deck of cards. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, guys, is you're going to take these 2 connection decks, and you're going to go ahead and give them a nice little shuffle, and you will go ahead and set them face down, and then flip one of the connection decks over. So what do we got? Thugs, okay? So that's saying I can instantly spend 1 gun to gain 3 red contact tokens, all right? And then we're going to do this with the junk train. So instantly gain 3 blue contact tokens. Okay, guys, so the premise of 51st State is you are in a post-apocalyptic type world and you are trying to build your state, okay? And by doing so, you're going to achieve victory points whenever certain buildings, when you use those resources, you'll be gaining resources and contact tokens, using those to go out into the world to meet different people and to build, like I said, your state. And the first player to get to 25 victory points, you will continue through the end of the round, and that will be the game. Okay, all right, guys, so we are now ready to play. We're going to take our big, massive deck here and just give this a quick little shuffle here. And I'm going to take the top 6 cards from the deck, and I will get to keep 4 of them. This will be my starting hand. The virtual player is not going to have a board. You don't need to get a board for him. You'll just kind of make a pile of his cards. But let's see what I got. All right, so the first thing I have, guys, is a construction wheels, okay? So you'll notice on the cards, guys, there's going to be a couple different, there's going to be iconography, right? In the top left-hand corner of the card, there's going to be a distance number. This is how many contact tokens I will need to spend in order to build this building. So for example, anytime you need to build a building, you're using a great contact token. So I'll need to spend 1 great contact token, okay? The spoils right here in the top right-hand corner of the card, that means if I want to try and attack that card and get the resources, so I would need to do red contact tokens for whatever the distance is, right? So this is a distance of 1. I just need to spend 1 red contact token, and this card would get destroyed, and I would gain the reward for that, all right? You'll see down here there's 2 different icons. These will play some cards in your play area, your tableau. Will say if you have cards with a gear or an up symbol, you're going to get more of 1 card, or you'll be able to take this action, okay? The text and flavoring here in the middle of the card will represent what I get. So this is an open production card, and what that means is during the production phase, anybody can hop on this card and they will be able to collect 1 great contact token. For building this card, I'll get a bonus of 1 great contact token, okay? And then the last thing, guys, on the card at the bottom is deals, okay? So if I want to make a deal with the construction vehicle, I will go ahead and pay blue contact tokens, okay, equal to the distance, so 1 again, and I'll be able to make a deal with them. And so what I'll then do is kind of slide them, bring my thing out, so I'll slide them underneath my board here, and I will now have a deal, and deals will help me with my production. So now during the production phase, I'll produce 1 gear along with all of the other resources that I would normally be producing. Okay, so that's what I got. So let's see, construction, that's okay. I got a huge machinery, distance of 1. I can spend 1 worker to gain 1 gear, and 1 gear to gain 3 contact tokens. That's actually really good. I'm going to go ahead and keep that one. What else do we have? We have a radioactive fuel. So a distance of 2. I can spend 1 worker and 1 gas canister to gain 2 victory points. Okay, that's a maybe. A school. 1 distance of 1. Production, during phase I gain 1 worker. Building bonus, gain 1 worker. That's a must keep right there. Clay pit, spend 1 worker and 1 brick to gain 2 victory points. That's a maybe. Friendly local gun store. I can spend 2 guns to gain 1 victory point and 1 bullet. This may be activated twice. So a bullet is going to look like this, guys, and that is going to be a wild token, all right? So I need to choose 2 more out of these 4 cards. So I think we'll take the construction vehicle, and really I think I'll just take the radioactive fuel. So these 2 cards would go ahead and get discarded, okay? So that is my initial setup for me, okay? The virtual player will not get any cards, all right? So then we are now moving into the first phase of the game, guys. First of all, we're going to start on the 0 track there, all right? So now we're going to move into the first phase of the game called the lookout phase. So I will reveal the top card of each of the construction piles, which I have already done so. And I will then draw 4 cards, and we're going to put them on the table, okay? So that's 1, that's 2, this is 3, and this is 4, okay? I will then go ahead and select one of these cards, and then the virtual player will randomly select and will take turns until all the cards have been taken. So let's see what we got. We got a rubble trader. Distance of 2, spend 1 brick to gain 1 victory point, maybe activated twice. We got this negotiator twice. Spend 1 worker and discard 1 of your deals to gain 2 victory points. And then a skyscraper, spend 1 worker and 2 brick to gain 3 victory points. Interesting. So I want him to kind of get some good cards with spoils because I can get those spoils. So I think what I'm going to do is take the rubble trader. So then he'll randomly take 1. For this, guys, I always roll a dice. So I always say this card is 1 or 2, this is 3, 4, and this is 5 and 6. So let's see what he rolls. So he gets a 1 and a 2, so he will take the negotiator. And his pile is just going to be right over here. And then now I get to get 1 more card. I think I will take the skyscraper, and then he'll get the last negotiator card. All right. And then I will draw 1 more card from the deck and place it in front of the virtual player just to add it in front of his deck. So those are the 3 cards that he has right there. And then now we're going into the production phase, okay? So the virtual player will not produce any goods, but I will. So if you can see on my board here, guys, during the production phase, I get 4 workers. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I get 1 great contact token, and then I get 1 card, all right? So what do I got? I got a gun shop, all right? This is a 3, spend 1 worker and 2 guns to gain 3 victory points, all right? So that is the production phase for me, all right? I'll go ahead and move myself back over here. And then now we go into the action phase, okay? So I will always be the first player, so I will always get the first action. We're going to go ahead and take turns, and what's going to happen is the virtual player will always take the connection cards first. So like I play a card, he'll take 1 of these 2 cards if they're available, then I'll play another card, he'll take the other card, and then he'll go into something else. But every time he takes 1 of these cards, he will gain 2 victory points. So I need to try and limit some of that stuff right there. So what I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to spend, I can spend for an action, I can spend 2 workers to gain a connection card, okay? So I'm going to spend 2 workers and gain the junk train connection card, okay? So this just kind of goes into my hand. All right, the next card does not get flipped over. There's no more connection cards for this round, okay? And then it'll now be his turn. So he will take the thugs, okay? And he'll do nothing with the thugs. He'll just kind of have it over in his repertoire, but he will gain 2 victory points for doing so. All right, now we come over back to me. And let's see what I want to do here, guys. So I have, let's see, I need to, what I'm thinking is, all right, so I think what I'm going to do, guys, is play this construction vehicles right here. So you kind of have like 3 different areas in your play area. You got your production area, your feature area, and your actions area. So depending on what the card is where you'll place it. So this is a production card, right? So it says open production is 1 grade contact token. A building bonus is 1 grade contact token, all right? So I forgot to spend my contact token. So whenever you build a production location, it'll automatically produce that resource, and then if there's any building bonuses, you'll get those as well. So I automatically produce a grade contact token, and then because if it's a building bonus of a grade contact token, I get that as well. All right, so that was my turn, okay? So now we go to the virtual player. So from now at this point, the virtual player is going to try to attack me, okay? So what he will do is he will draw a card from the top of the deck, and if any of these cards or symbols that are on the card match what I have in my play area, that card will get raised and he will gain victory points, all right? So this has a mask. So I have nothing with a mask, so this will not count. So he does nothing this turn, okay? Now it'll come back to me. He'll go ahead and do that 3 times, and if he's unsuccessful, then I get away scot-free. But if he ever is successful, then his turns will stop, and then I'll get to play as many turns as I would like. So now we're going back to me. All right, guys, let me see. I got 2 grade contact tokens. I think what I'm going to do is, let's see. I need to find a way to get gears out. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is play the junk train, right? Trade the junk train in. And I'll just go ahead and put that over there to gain 3 blue contact tokens. All right. Now we're going to him. So this is his second time. So we have a star and a gun. So he's unsuccessful again. So now we're coming back to me. All right. So let's see here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a deal with these rubble traders, okay? So I'm going to spend 2 blue contact tokens for the distance, and I'm going to make a deal with them, getting me a brick every turn. So tucking the cards in sometimes gets annoying, guys, so I'm just going to put these cards face up over here next to my deal area. All right, going on to the next card, guys. This is his last chance. So we have a gun and a bullet, all right? So I have walked away scot-free from being attacked, all right? So technically, guys, you would keep all 3 of his attacking cards out on the table and to just kind of show so you know, and then once all 3 of his attempts, if they are unsuccessful, he will pass his turn. Remember, guys, if he ever is successful, it'll destroy a card, he'll gain 2 victory points, and then my turn will be over. So now we get to go back to me. And this is kind of freeing here because I can kind of play what I want now. So I'm going to spend 1 grade contact token to build the school here. So they will produce 1 worker for me, and then I get a bonus of another worker, all right? And then the next thing I'm going to do is play this huge machinery. So this is an action card going down here. So I must spend 1 grade contact token for that. That says spend 1 worker and 1 gear to gain 3 grade contact tokens, all right? So let's see. I have 4 workers and I got 1 blue contact token. So I can't do anything because all of mine are 3 and 2. But I do have 2 workers. So I have, let's see. So I can spend 2 workers to gain 1 resource or 1 card, okay? So I'm going to spend 2 workers, okay, to gain a gear, all right? Then I'm going to activate my huge machinery by spending a gear and a worker to gain 3 contact tokens, all right? 3 grade contact tokens. And I'm going to build something else. All right, let's see what we got here, guys. So I can build any of these three. Maybe build this skyscraper because I can get 2 bricks and trade those in. But then I always have to worry about him destroying my skyscraper. Yeah, I might as well. So let's go ahead and spend 3 of these to get the skyscraper out. And where that's going in that direction. Okay, so I need 2 bricks. I don't have anything to use this blue contact token. Okay, guys, so I don't have anything left, so I'm going to have to pass my turn. So once I pass my turn, we're going into the cleanup phase where basically I will discard any resources that I have left because I don't get to save anything. So I spent this worker in a gear. I have 1 worker left over, and then I have to get rid of that contact token, okay? At this point in time, guys, you would now technically pass the first player, but I always get to be the first player. So then, guys, we will start back up top with the lookout phase. So what we'll do is go ahead and flip over the next 2 cards of the track here. And then we're going to grab 4 cards. So put them right there, 4, 3, and 4, okay? So we got an underground warehouse, we got a skyscraper, we got a thieves caravan, and an oil rig, okay? So let me see, I already have a skyscraper. Oil rig is production. I produce 1 gas can for each gas can icon in my state. Thieves caravan, I can spend 2 workers to take 1 of any good from another player, maybe activated twice. Or underground warehouse, I can store up to 3 of any good here during the cleanup phase. That's pretty good. So I'll take the underground warehouse. Again, we're going to go ahead and roll the dice for this guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So he's taking the skyscraper. All right, and then I get my choice between a thieves caravan or an oil rig. I think I'm going to take the oil rig, all right? And then he'll take the thieves caravan, and then he will get 1 extra card for his area, okay? And then we are in the action phase. So let's see. I think what I'm going to do, or production phase, I'm sorry, guys. So production phase, I would gain 4 workers, all right? I get 1 great contact token. I get 1 card, which is a camp. Okay, I can place 3 workers on this location. I may spend them during my turn. I do not discard them during the cleanup phase. That's great. And then I get 1 brick because of the deal that I made with them. I get another great contact token for construction vehicles. And then I get 1 worker for the school. All right. Now we go into the action phase, guys. So the first thing I'm going to do is spend 2 workers, and I'm going to collect this Punk's card. All right, he'll then go and grab the Merchant's card, gaining him 2 victory points. And now we are back to me, all right? Decisions. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is... let's see what I got here. So... I don't have a gear yet. I can store goods. That might come in handy. I think I'm going to spend 1 great contact token to build this camp. All right. So this is a feature. So this says that I can place 3 workers on this location, and I may spend them during my turn. All right. And then now we go to him. So he's going to draw a card. So he will raise one of my locations with a gear. So that's either the huge machinery or construction vehicles. So let me see if they're tied. We give you the tiebreakers. Check them in this order. So the card with the greater distance. So they're still tied there. Unused actions. Okay. So unused actions would be technically, this is what I'm assuming. Because it's unused actions and used actions, and then features and production buildings. Yeah, so the huge machinery will get destroyed. I, however, do gain the deal, the good in the deal, and then this gets flipped over, and he will pass his turn, and he'll gain his 2 victory points. So I had already put him up to 6. All right. And so then basically his turn is passed, so now I get to take the remainder of my actions, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and play this Punks card and gain 2 red. 2 red contact tokens, and let's see what we got here. Man, I need... I think what I'm going to do is use one of my actions to spend 1 gear, to trade in 1 gear for a contact token. Now, I can only do one of these actions per turn, right? So spend 1 gear to gain 1 contact token, 1 gun to gain 1 red, 1 gas to gain 1 blue. But the Texas special ability is I can choose one of those twice and do that again. Let's see. So I got 2. So I'm thinking about dropping this. I'm thinking about spending 2. Right, 2 contact tokens to drop this oil rig, right, in my production area. So production, I get 1 gas canister for each icon in my state. That does count, so I will grab me a gas canister, okay? And then, let's see what I got. I got 6 workers at my disposal. Ooh-wee. So I've already done that action twice. So I think what I'm going to do is spend 2 workers to gain a gear. Okay, and I'm going to use my special ability to do my gear to gain a great contact token. Spend this great contact token and play my underground warehouse, which will allow me to store up to any 3 goods. Okay, so now I got, well, actually the smarter thing would be is to keep these guys and just get rid of 2 of these guys, because I'll lose them at the end of my turn. Okay, so really I got 4 workers left over. I don't have these 2 cards, so I'm going to keep all that there, I think. Yeah, I'm going to hold that, and I'm going to see if I can raise one of his locations, okay? Which I am. So I'm going to spend these 2 red contact cards locations to raise this murderous pub, okay? So I will gain 2 victory points in a gun for doing that. So that's 2 victory points for me, and I will gain a gun, okay? And he will not receive any goods at all right? So then I think what I'm going to do is pass my turn. So my underground warehouse, I can store up to 3 of any good. So I'll store my gun, my canister, and my brick. All right, this worker will go ahead and disappear. These guys stay on here because they're chilling in the camp. And then that is the cleanup phase. All right, so then we pop back up to the next phase. We got the lookout phase where we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're drawing 4 cards from the top of the deck. And let's see what we got. So we have a corner shop, Sarash. We have a scrap metal, and we have the borderline pub. Oof. Man, these are all really good cards. Man, I need to find a way to start getting victory points here. So really, I need to get some spoils, or what is that? Spend 1 worker and 1 to gain 1 victory point. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and take this corner shop. He's going to roll for his, so 6. So he is taking the pub. And then what I'm going to do is take the Suresh, which will give him the scrap metal. And then he will gain 1 extra card, which is a fixer. All right. So now we're going to me, guys. We're going to the production phase. So I will produce 1 brick. All right. I will get 4 workers. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I get 1 great contact token. I get a card, which is another oil rig. Okay, I like it. I like it. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and continue this way. So open production, I get another great contact token. During regular production, I get another worker. And oil rigs, so produce 2 for each one in my area. All right, so I have that, and then I'll bring these locations out, and this is everything that I got. So a lot of resources here. Okay, So the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is trade in 2 of my workers to gain this punk's card. He'll go ahead and grab this other merchant's card, bringing him up to 2. All right, and then it's my turn. So let's see. I'm getting worried about him destroying this brick. So I want to go ahead and do this already. So I'm going to spend one of these workers in the camp and my 2 bricks, all right, to gain 3 victory points for my skyscraper. So this is going to put me at 5. Okay, now we're going to him. So he draws this card. So either a gas canister, a worker, or that iron. So gas canister, worker, man. So any of these 4 cards right here. So if any have more than that same symbol, they don't. Again, the card with the greater distance. So out of all of these cards, he's going to go ahead and raise this one. So he'll gain another 2 victory points going up to 10. I will get a gas canister for compensation. And then this card gets raised. And it just gets flipped over like that. All right. So that is his turn. He now passed, and I'm free to do whatever I need to. So we're going to go ahead and play punks. And I'm going to gain 2 red contact tokens. All right. I could be, let me see. Okay, I think with my 2 great tokens, guys, I'm going to play a radioactive fuel, all right? Which will allow me to spend 1 worker and 1 gas canister to gain 2 victory points, which I'm going to go ahead and do. So 1 worker and 1 gas canister. Well, I'll put them right there so I remember that they've been used to gain 2 victory points. So I'm up at 7. Okay, then let's see what I got here. So I think what I'm going to do is spend 2 workers to gain a gear. All right. Spend another 2 workers to gain a gear again. And the spending workers is an unlimited action, guys. Okay. So now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend 1 gear, use my action to gain 1 contact token. Okay. I'm going to... I need to see if any of his cards have victory points on them. They do not. Well, that brick does. That actually would be useful. Okay. So then I'm going to use my gun to trade this in for a red contact token. And then I'm going to use my gas canister to grab a blue contact token. Okay. So let's see what I got here. That's a bullet. Shoot. Let's see how I want to run this. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is spend this great contact token to play Sharash. All right. That is going to give me a wild, okay, a wild contact token for anything. And then building bonus is another wild contact token, okay. So I got 2 wild contact tokens at my disposal. I've used all of my actions once, but I can use one of these again, okay. I think the first thing I'm going to do is spend these 3 red contact tokens to demolish this skyscraper, which will give me 3 bricks and a victory point. All right, so that's 1 victory point. It's going to grab me 3 bricks. 1, 2, and 3. All right. And then, let's see, man. Woo-wee. I think what I'm going to do is use my second action of trading in a gas canister for this. I'm going to spend these 2 blue contact tokens to make a deal with the oil rig, grabbing me a gas canister every turn. And then I'm going to spend, so let's see here. I need to clear some of these things out. All right. So then I'm going to spend one of these wilds, use it as a gray, okay, and play the corner shop, okay, which says spend 1 at worker and any 1 resource to gain 1 victory point. This can be activated twice. All right, I don't have any workers at the moment, and then I'm going to use this last one as a raise, okay, and I will raise, actually I do. I'm going to raise this fixer, okay? So remember, I will get the resources in the top right-hand corner, which is a worker and a bullet, which is a wild resource of any of these, okay? So what I'm going to do is, what I'm going to do is use a brick, spend a brick and a worker to gain 1 victory point, bringing me up to 9, okay? And I believe that is all of my actions, okay? So what I will do is store that, and I'm going to store that brick and store that. So I'll lose my bullet, which is all right, ain't nothing wrong with that. And then I lose this extra brick, okay? And then I will get rid of all of these other resources here, and we will then move into the next area. So the cleanup phase, go ahead and discard everything and then flip this stuff back over. All right, moving on into the next version of the lookout phase. So here's my 4 cards. I'm losing space, guys. I'm gonna have to move this guy's deck over here temporarily. Okay, so we have the 4 cards out right here. Oh man, all right, let's see what we got. We got a Merc Outpost, open production, building bonus for bricks, and building bonus 1, and you get a victory point as a deal. Oh my goodness. I'm actually going to have him take that. I think what I'm going to take is this brick storage. I'm going to take this brick storage. So we have 1, 2. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. And I know this is a weird way to do it. So that's 1 or 2, 3 or 4, 5 or 6. All right. That's probably the easier way I should have been doing it. So we got a 5. All right. So he takes the wrecked airplane. Okay. And then I get my choice. 2 workers. I'll take the open production for that. And then he'll get the Merc Outpost. He also gets to draw another card, which is a machinery. Okay. He's got a lot of cards over here, guys. That I'm just stacking up over here on the side. Man, this is where it gets hard because he gets a lot of cards, and if I'm not destroying his stuff, then I'm screwed. Okay, so now we come to me, guys. We're going in the production phase, so I get 1 brick, I get 1 gas canister, I get 4 workers, but hopefully I can make a move here. I get 1 great contact token, I get a card, which is a motel, so spend worker to gain 1 card, maybe activated twice. All right, then I go ahead and produce another great contact token. I produce 1 worker, and I produce a wild contact token, and then I'll get all of these resources back, okay? So now we go ahead and into play. So as always, guys, the first thing I'm doing is I am trading in 2 workers to grab this punks. All right, he'll go ahead and grab the merchants. All right, gaining him 2 victory points. And then we are now back to me. All right, let me see here. I'm going to spend 1 worker and 2 bricks to gain 3 victory points, bringing me up to 9, 10, 11, 12. So now I'm even with him. 1, 2, 3, yep. And then we go to him. So he's drawing a card from the top of the deck. We got a brick and a gun, all right? So we got a brick here, we got a gun here, we got a gun here, and we got a gun here. So unfortunately, it looks like he's going to destroy my skyscraper. So thankfully, I already used that. So I'll go ahead and gain a brick as compensation for that. But he has destroyed that, gaining 2 victory points, putting him up to 14. But his turn is over. All right, let's see what I got here. So I think what I'm going to do is spend 1 worker and 1 gas canister to gain 2 victory points. So we're back even. All right. I will spend this to grab 2 red contact tokens. I need to destroy some of his cards here. All right. I'm going to spend 1 worker and 1 resource. So I'm going to spend this brick to gain 1 victory point, put me at 15. Okay. Let's see what I got. That's bricks, open production. Okay, so I'm gonna spend. Ooh-wee. That's probably good. Okay, so I'm going to use my gear. Trade in my gear to gain a great contact token. All right, so that's that action. I'm going to use my blue canister. Well, actually, no, I'm going to hold on to the blue canister because I can get 2 victory points for that. Let's see what I got. All right. I'm going to start by raising something. So I need a 2. Where's that one with 2 victory points? Yep. All right, so I need 2 to raise this, which will destroy that, and I get 2 more victory points, bring me up to 17. Now I can raise a 1 to get workers. That might be useful. Yeah. So I will treat this as a red contact token to destroy this outpost, grabbing me 2 workers. All right, and again, this is from his deck that he has amassed, okay? So then what I'll do is activate this again, right? So I'll spend 1 worker and... Oh, never mind. I take that back. I lied. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to spend 1 contact token to grab this open production, all right? Which will give me a gun, all right? Then I'm going to spend this gun that I just got and a worker to gain 1 victory point, put me up to 18. All right, and then I'm gonna spend. I'm gonna spend 1 gray to build this brick storage. So I get 3 bricks, 1, 2, and 3. All right. And let's see what I got here. I can. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. So that's really all I have left. So I can't make a deal. Losing that worker, losing that great contact token. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can do, guys. So I can store that there. I will lose this because I don't have a 1 in my hand. And then there's nothing with just 1 singular worker, okay? So that is the the action phase. Oh, nope. I take that back. All right, that's all storage. And then we're going into the next phase. All right, so we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, so he'll draw 4 cards. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, shipwreck, genus transport, corner shop, and abandoned suburbs. So spend 1 worker and 1 gear to gain 2 victory points. When an opponent gains goods from one of their features, spend 2 brick to gain 2 victory points. I do got a lot of brick, and that is 3. I'm going to take the abandoned suburbs. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What do we roll? 5 and 6. So he takes the corner shop. I'll take shipwreck. He takes genus transport, and then he gets 1 more card. All right. So now we are back to the production phase. So I get a brick. I get a gas canister. I get 4 workers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get a great contact token. I get a card, which is a confessor. Spend 2 guns to gain 2 victory points, may be activated twice. I get another great contact token. I get another worker. I get a wild contact token. All right, wild contact token. And then I get a gun. All right, and then I'll also get I'll get that back. Those bricks will stay there. All right. As always, guys, we're going straight to what I need. So spending 2 workers and grabbing this thug's card. He will grab the merchant's card, gaining 2 victory points. So that's 1, 2. I need to make sure I write on victory points because I think so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that should be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So he should be at 18. I don't think I gave him 2 victory points for getting that last card. Okay. Now we're on to me. All right, let's see here. Oh, man. I need to spend some of these before I put anything out. Okay. So I'm going to spend 1 worker and 1 gas canister to gain 2 victory points, putting me at 20. Okay. He'll then go. So he's drawn a brick and a gun, So anything with a brick and a gun, no. So that's a gun, that's a brick, that's a gun, that's a gun, that's a gun. So anything that it's tied, so then anything that's unused, which would be this corner shop, all right? So corner shops get destroyed, I get a bullet as compensation, all right? And then he gains 2 victory points, being at 20 as well, all right? So his turn is now done, so I'm free to take whatever actions I need to take, all right? Which is kind of just what I needed. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Spend 1 gun to gain 3 contact tokens, all right? And I just need to start clearing his cards out, okay? So what we are going to do is, where am I? Let's see here. So I'm going to start clearing some of this stuff out. So where are all my ones that from him? So that's 1, 1, 1. Okay. So let's see here. I could use, let's see, we got all of this stuff. Great contact tokens would be useful. So I think I'm going to spend 1 red contact token to destroy this machinery, getting me 2 great contact tokens. All right, give me 2 great contact tokens, and then I got either gears or wild. So I'll just destroy 2 of these, getting a bunch. So I get, so these are each 1. So 1 for the corner shop, 1 for the docks. So I'll get 2 gears and 2 bullets. All right, so I get 2 gears and I get 2 bullets. Man, I'm loading up on resources over here, man. All right. So that is all of those actions, and now it's time to get, let's have a party, okay? So I'm gonna spend 3 gray contact tokens to build this abandoned suburbs right here. All right, and then I'm gonna spend 2. Well, actually, I can't. I'm going to hold that off for now. Let me see what I got. Let me see what I got first, and then we're going to go. Okay, so I'm going to spend 1 work. Actually, I don't have to spend any workers. So I'm going to activate Abandoned Suburbs. So spend 2 bricks to gain 2 victory points. This will actually be the last round. Okay, I'm going to spend another 2 bricks over here to gain another 2 victory points. So that's 24. Let's see here. Is there anything I can play? Okay, so I'm going to use my action of trading in a gear to gain a contact token. I'm going to trade in these 2 great contact tokens to activate this, or play the Shipwrecked, which is spend 1 worker and 1 gear to gain 2 victory points. All right, so spending 1 worker and 1 gear to gain another 2 victory points. So I'm past the threshold. So the game will end at the end of this round. This is my last turn. Let's see what else I got. So I got this. I got 3 infinite resources. Okay, so let's see. I really don't have a whole lot. I can just, let me see. So I'm going to trade in. So again, the bullet is wild. So I'm going to treat the bullet as a gun. Trade this in to grab a red contact token. And then I'm going to spend this red contact token to just destroy one of these ones, grabbing me 2 bullets. So grab my bullets back. All right, and then, so I've already done that. I've done that. I'm trying to find a way to score any more points. I've already activated that twice. That's only once. That's only once, so I can't get anything from that. Can I just get buildings out? No, I cannot get any of these buildings out. Well, maybe I can. But I think I'm just going to spend this as a gray. Use that as a red to destroy the scrap metal. And just grab 2 of these. All right. And then I think I'm just going to end my turn like that, because let's see, I don't have any 1s, so there's no point in trading this in one more time, spending that action. I used that once. I can't make a deal. Does he have any more ones in his pile? Nope, he has no more ones in his pile. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pass my turn. So we'll go ahead and discard all of my resources here, and we'll go ahead and leave it up to the 51st State gods to see if I'm successful in seeing what we got here, guys. All right, so moving on to final scoring, guys. The game ends when we've got 24 victory points. Okay, when that happens, then I will add 1 victory point to the score for each location in my state, and I will do the same for the player. All right, so I am grabbing an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so I'm at 36 victory points. We're going to go ahead and do the same for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's at 25. And I'm victorious, right? Because it just says locations. The connection cards don't matter at all. And so let's see here. If you have the same or fewer, you lose. You win if you have more points than a virtual player. All right. So I am victorious, guys. I'm the winner. 30. We got 36 to 25. I have beat the computer. That's pretty good. Pretty good playthrough. I think I got real lucky with some of these brick cards and just being able to get victory points. But that's the challenge of the solo mode, guys, is just basically the computer is going to get victory points almost every single turn. And so you need to get cards out there that are going to be able to get you victory points very quickly. But yeah, again, this is the original solo variant to the game, guys. Over the course of the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be trying out all the other different modes using the Mutants, New York Merchants, Appalachians, and showcasing 51st State. All right, guys, well, that is 51st State. This is the Ultimate Edition that you are looking at here, guys. I hope you enjoyed this content. Again, I'm just going to be showcasing a lot more of this content over the next coming weeks, and I'll be showing you all the expansions, throwing in some of those as well. But if you guys are, if you guys own 51st State or back the Ultimate Edition, go ahead and drop that comment box below, guys. As always, hit that notification bell, and if you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Have a great one. Bye.